Most startup founders hire PR managers, consultants and fancy innovation experts, but still they fail. There are only 4 roles that decide if your startup survives or dies, and most founders miss them. I am Gabri. I have failed in multiple ventures. I learned the hard way, and now I run a company that makes almost 200,000 euros per year. By the end of this video, you'll know if your startup team is built for success or it is doomed from day one. 9 out of 10 startups fail. And this is rarely about competition, money or marketing. In my experience, the real killer is team composition. I like to think a startup as a band. To create music that actually moves people and gets heard, you need 4 players, each one with his unique role. Miss even one and the song never gets out of the garage. The same goes for startups. Without the full team, the song never plays. Every great song starts with a story, and every great startup starts with someone who lives the problem. In your band, that's the songwriter, the problem expert. They feel the pain. They know the audience and they can pinpoint exactly what needs to be fixed. Ideally, they are part of the audience themselves. Like for example, a psychologist that face the same struggle they treat. First-hand insight is pure gold, but if that's not possible, the problem expert can still get insights from interviews. For that, I suggest you to read The MAM Test, a beautiful book about how to properly conduct interviews. Without the problem expert, you are flying blind. I learned that the hard way with Duolingo Plane, a VR app to learn Japanese. None of us in the team has actually studied Japanese. We had skills and the big ideas, but no one was the audience. No one knew the problem. We didn't grasp the daily frustrations of learners. The result? Features no one cared about. The music sounded fine to us, but the audience didn't want to listen. And obviously the project failed. In a band, the musician brings the song to life. In a startup, that's the developer, the one that turns ideas into products. It could be a coder, a builder, a crafter, a writer, whoever has the technical skills to create what the customer needs. Without them, you are just humming ideas into the void. I learned this with another failed startup idea, Salus XR, a VR app for injury recovery. We had the concept. We even had the VR technical development skills, but we missed a proper developer. We missed a doctor specialized in rehabilitation. Without the expertise, we couldn't merge medical knowledge with VR to make something truly usable. The idea stayed in our heads. The music never made it out of the studio. You can have the best music in the world, but if no one hears it, it's worthless. In a startup, the promoter is the marketer, the one who gets the product in front of the target audience. They are the last link in the chain. They take audience insights from the problem expert and the offer crafted from the entrepreneur and merge them in a campaign that delivers. It doesn't matter if they are online or offline pros. What matters is that they are able to get the product in front of the right audience. I learned this while I was working on Latino Superato, an app for teaching university students to learn Latin and pass the exam. I didn't flood social media or build bats. Without a promoter, it was like playing music in empty rooms. No one was listening. In music, the producer turns raw music into something people want to buy. In a startup, that's the entrepreneur, a role that puts together all the other roles. They take the problem expert in size, the developer product, and the marketing campaign to build a offer, which consists of unique value proposition, demo, and pricing. The entrepreneur is the bridge between creativity and sustainability. I remember when I was running Vertere, an Instagram page publishing content about ancient Latin and Greek. People were enjoying the content, but I didn't know how to turn this audience into buying customers. Without an entrepreneur, I had passion, but I didn't have a product. And passion doesn't pay for studio time. Here's the thing. It's not necessary that each one of these roles is played by a single person. One person can play multiple instruments. I have seen founders be all together the marketer, the problem expert, the developer, and the entrepreneur. They are called solopreneur, and that makes sense. That's fine, as long as all of the 4 roles are covered and no one is missing. Because even just one of them is missing, the music suffers. Your job as a founder is to make sure that every role of the team plays together in order to play the full song, from writing to producing to selling. So here's a quick test for your startup. Just answer these simple questions. Who's your problem expert? The one who knows the problem inside out. Who's the developer? The one actually building the product. Who's the marketer? The one putting your product in front of the people. And who is the entrepreneur? The one shaping the business model. If you can't name someone for each role, even if someone wears multiple hats, your startup has a problem. And without a full band, your startup's music won't travel far. If you found this video helpful and want more insights like this, consider subscribing to my newsletter. There I share behind the scenes and other insights about how to build a startup and a business. And if you are curious about my personal journey from Latin teacher to entrepreneur, just click on this video. It's the full story, and I think you are gonna enjoy it.